I'm so excited to have you here today with me.
Thank you so much for inviting me on here today. I'm super excited to have this interview and have a little discussion with you as well.
Oh, fantastic. Before I start with my questions about your journey, your story, where are you talking from?
So I am talking from London, as you can probably hear by my accent. Currently I'm in London. That's where I've been living for the past almost 14 years. So yeah, I'm logging in from the UK.
Fantastic. Me too. I'm from London. I'm in London as well. I'm not from London, but I'm in London and for the last 17 years. So I'm from Portugal and I'm so
Okay.
excited.
I haven't had a chance to go there, but I'd love to go to Portugal.
Yes, you should. You should. You have to. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Put on your list for next year because this year with the COVID lockdowns and stuff is much difficult.
I'll
But
put it on my list.
fantastic. So Vanessa, my guests, oh my God, I'm so grateful because I have the opportunity to talk with one of the youngest entrepreneurs in the world. I believe like you must be, it's not too many people like you, right?
I mean, there are a few like kid entrepreneurs, but I haven't seen someone do motivational speaking who's like exactly the same age as me, if that makes sense, or from the UK. But there, we do know a few of our friends who are inspirational people.
Wow. Tell me, how did this journey, how did you start it? What happened?
So yeah, so I've been doing motivational speaking for 4 years now. So I started when I was 9 years old, and I'm currently 13. I think when this interview is going to come out, I'm going to be 14 because I'm turning 14 in August, which is next month. So I'm very, very excited for my birthday. Hopefully I'll still be able to see some of my friends or like FaceTime them or call someone for a birthday. But I started when I was 9 years old, and it all began when we attended an inspirational event or a seminar, whatever you want to call it. And one of the speakers there we were following on social media at the time. And when we arrived there, it was like my first time meeting him. So I was like totally fangirling. I saw him as a celebrity. And then before, I think maybe like 2 or 5 minutes before he was going on stage to do his speech, deliver his speech, he was like, Vanessa, you should come on stage with me. And my first reaction was like, oh, absolutely, absolutely not. Because I feel like when I was 9 years old, I was much more introverted. I
Right.
would say or consider myself an introvert now still. But I think beforehand when I was 9 years old, unless I knew you, I wouldn't talk to you because I just didn't understand the reason behind speaking to someone new or speaking to a stranger, if that made sense. So to be honest, my first initial reaction was like, I'm not going to go on stage. Like, I'm not prepared. Why would I want to do that? But eventually, my mum did encourage me, give me those empowering words to help me go up on stage. And I was like, okay, no one's asked me to do a TED talk or like an hour speech, and it's not like 1,000 people in the room. So I'm going to go on stage, say like some quotes for 30 seconds, and then literally run back off stage, and everything will be fine. Hopefully, no one will remember it. But when I did go on stage, it was just like something clicked. There's really no other way to explain it, but something just clicked in my head. Like, this is actually where I can help more people. Because when I first came across this idea of having motivational speaking as a job, I was like, so I can travel around the world, speak, use my voice, and also help other people at the same time. I was just like, this is the perfect thing for me, because I always wanted to do something that would allow me to help other people and would still allow me to do what I love and still be passionate about it, still enjoy it. And yeah, when I discovered that speaking was a thing, I was like, this is something I want to pursue. And then I'm always like I'm not very patient. I'm not the most patient person. So I'm like, I'm not going to wait till I'm 20 years old. I'm just going to start doing it now. So I got my mum's permission from it, obviously, and thank goodness she kind of said yes. She said, okay, we're going to make this YouTube channel. Okay, we're going to make this Instagram account or start letting people book you for events, for example. So I'm very grateful that she was there to support me this whole way through. But yeah, ever since she kind of gave me that yes, that's how it all began. And then this is where we are now, basically. So it's amazing to see how it first started.
Wow, Vanessa, and you talk like an adult.
Thank you. A lot of people say that to me. I'm like, really? Maybe on interviews I sound a bit more mature, but if I'm around my friends, I'm just I'm slightly different. I've got a different persona.
So beautiful. I'm so impressed because while you were talking, I'm just thinking, so you started when you were 9 years old. Did you like Justin Bieber? Or who was your singer, your favorite singer? Because my daughter, she likes Justin Bieber, but she's 22 years old. So it's a bit different from you. You're still 13. But back in the days, I don't know if Justin Bieber was Justin Bieber was in the house already. So I don't know. Just like thinking about yourself as a child, and then you got into a stage and you became a motivational speaker from like you understood like, yes, this is it. This is what you have to do. And your mom has been supporting you. This is amazing. And so you're welcome. And other thing that while you were talking, I just realized like you've been doing all these things, but your mom, your parents, they've been the one of the most important things, right? That made this happen, and you made it clear when you said that, because this is amazing. Because I believe your mom as well. She's maybe not a motivational speaker, but she's an entrepreneur. She loves to see her daughter just the way you are and the things you do, right?
Yes, for sure. I think my mum, well, we always say like she's my mummager, because it's literally just the both of us, me and my mum, behind what I do. So it's always been the two of us. So everyone's like, who do I contact if I want to book you for an event? It's just like, contact my mum, because she's my manager. Right. She's my co-producer of Inspiring Vanessa. So it's just really fun to see, or for other people to see, actually, that it's not like a whole team behind my social media platforms. It's me kind of being the brand and obviously being on the interview, but then it's also my mum kind of being that backbone and helping me through everything as well. So we are our own little team. So teamwork does make the dream work.
Yeah, totally. I love it. And before, what was your mum doing before everything started? She was already working with social media or so, because she had to get trained, right, to learn about all this stuff.
Because so many of my friends are like, so your mom actually has like your Instagram account on her phone. I'm like, yes, we run it together, basically. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, when somebody tries to message you and like you don't want your mom to see that, I'm like, I've really got nothing else to hide. Like, my whole Instagram account is open, and that's why my mom obviously runs it or monitors it, just in case anything does come through. So my mum did network marketing before I kind of got into speaking, and she's always been in childcare, so she's a nanny, so she looks after kids. So she's always had kind of a very passionate heart of wanting to help other people. I think that's where I get like my passion for helping people from as well, from my mum. But I think she just kind of learned about social media with me at the same time, because she never used it to grow a business or like a speaking career. So she never really used social media to that extent. So when we started to go to more events, network with more people, go to different conventions and learn about how YouTube works, how social media works, how Instagram works, we've just learned so much knowledge over the years of going to these events, and that's pretty much how we know what to do. Otherwise, we learn something new almost every day, because so many of our amazing friends do give us some tips here and there to help us grow the accounts if we are having a bit of an issue. But otherwise, we basically just grew together. We just learned about social media or about how to become a successful speaker at the same time.
That's fantastic. Wow, it makes sense, because it's very important when we create a small business. No matter how big we'll be, but from the beginning, it's good for us as owners to learn about it, because at least when we live in someone's hands, we know what they're gonna do. And that's a brave steps that you and your mom has been doing, because you both are, whoa, you are brave, because you both are in this journey together, like powerful. I love this. Oh my gosh. And now coming to your journey as a motivational speaker, Vanessa, you've been talking with, how can I put this? What is the range, like what age do you normally speak to?
It really does change most of the time. In terms of social media, because I still use my platforms to share the same like speeches or motivational messages or just videos in general. So I think the majority of my audience online is around kids who are the same age as me, or maybe like a little bit older. Otherwise, sometimes like my friends' parents, obviously on social media as well. So that is also part of the following, and they kind of share it to their friends and family. So online audience is quite a lot of young people as well as adults. So it's just kind of a mixture. But then when I speak at an event, sometimes I speak at schools. So obviously they would be around like my age, or sometimes a little bit younger, like in primary school. But then again, I could speak at a really businessy type of entrepreneurial event, and there would be a lot of adults in the room. So to be honest, I think it's easier for me to speak to adults rather than young people, just because if I say something wrong in front of young kids, they're not going to be scared to say something, if that makes sense. Like, we're just really brutally honest, I feel like, this generation. So I think it's slightly nerve-wracking speaking in front of young kids, because I'm the same age as them. So even though they can relate to me, they can't relate to me because everybody has a YouTube channel or an Instagram account or has a motivational speaking career. So I feel like adults are a bit more calmer or a bit more professional, just in case I happen to make a mistake on stage, they wouldn't like start laughing or something like that. But yes, it really does change, and usually it's just quite a mixture.
Oh wow. I'm so like, oh my gosh, this is happening. I love it. I just love your energy. Your way of talking is the way I see in your eyes, because I can see your face right now, and I'm like,
oh yeah.
Wow. This is amazing, wonderful. So and you do you run, like, your brand is inspiring Vanessa, correct? And do you have any coaching? Do you do anything apart from the events, apart from the motivational speaker? What do you do more?
So after, or like, besides doing speaking, I still do like other just public speaking in general. So I love doing presenting, or doing interviews. So sometimes, in the past, I've had the opportunity to do interviews with some celebrities on like red carpets, at premieres. So that's an amazing experience, a fantastic kind of time to be there, an atmosphere in general as well. I've also in the past gotten to like co-host with other speakers and presenters. So that has been really fun to do as well. So even though kind of doing motivational speaking is my main thing that I do, I still do so many things on the side that still allow me to speak to new people or help people. There's always that message behind it anyways. But besides speaking or presenting and like YouTube and social media, I do modeling. So I have done like a few runways, which has been really, really fun to do. And I've also met some of my like best friends through these kind of fashion events, these fashion shows. So this year, 2020, in February, I got to walk at London Kids Fashion Week, and previously on the years beforehand, I presented for them. So I was hosting the events along with some of my friends too. And then this year, I was like, actually, I want to be a model this year. So we were like, okay, let's audition for it, let's sign up for it. And then next thing you know, I was working for some brands on that as well. So that was really great. So just anything that just kind of brings me joy or lets me just kind of have fun. Because at the end of the day, I am 13 years old and I do want to have fun, or I just do want to lie in bed sometimes and be lazy. So just trying to do anything that does bring me joy anyways. But I do a lot of things apart from speaking.
That's so amazing. Wow. And you also run a program, right? 12 weeks program. That is in schools? How that
So my online program is called the Confidence Accelerator, and basically what it is online, but it's also like a course that kids can take with their parents as well, because it's like a little bonding activity, we like to say it. But it is a 12-week program, and when people sign up for it, you get a video every week, which kind of helps them grow their confidence and progress in their confidence. And you also get like a little task to do, and then we have like a Facebook account or like a group where people put in what they've been doing this week that's going to help them grow their confidence. And to be honest, some of the customers and people we've had at the end of the 12 weeks has been extraordinary, just to see how much this child that we have seen from the beginning at week 1 and to see them at the end at week 12 has been crazy amazing. Because even though I'd love it to work for other people, you don't expect it to actually work until you do see results. So I think it's just been a really great experience all around. But otherwise, we haven't really been focusing on it that much, because we still do like so many other stuff on the side.
Right. Yes. You've got so many things in your life which makes you more, like you said, you want to be joyful. You want to make sure you enjoy life, and that's very important.
Yeah.
And what about I don't know if you can answer this question, but how do you see yourself in 5 years' time? You're just 14. You're gonna be 14 now.
Yeah.
19.
So in 5 years' time, I'm gonna be 19. Oh my gosh! Wow. Everybody's listening, just kind of picture me with like that shocked emoji, and then I just kind of represent my face right now. But that's really scary to think of it, me 19 years old in 5 years, and 5 years does go really fast, so you just kind of have to spend every day wisely. But where I do see myself in 5 years is hopefully presenting a TV show, or my talk show that is currently on Amazon Prime, which is called The Inspiring Vanessa Show. For that to be on a bigger platform or a bigger program, and for that to be taken on actual television would be a dream come true, just to kind of have these episodes for other people to watch on TV, and to allow there to be an audience for young people as well, for them to tune in, watch these episodes and these interviews and still learn a lot from it, as well as just hearing about these individuals and their journeys. So I think my very long-term goal for the next 5 years is to hopefully keep growing on the talk show, and let that be, or hope that it will be on a bigger program on television. But right now it is on Amazon Prime, so that is an amazing kind of accomplishment anyways. So that will always be something that I'll think about as an amazing highlight of my journey. But I'd love to do a speech at We Day, and because there are so many, like I think there's like almost like 10,000 kids in the audience from all over the UK, and they all come to hear these like figures, these celebrities, and also just these normal people talk about how they want to change the next generation. So not only is it just inspiration, but it's also how can we help climate change? How can we do this? How can we do that? So if I could speak at We Day in the next 5 years, that would be an incredible opportunity. And I'd love to do a TED Talk as well. I've always wanted to do a TED Talk, so that would be really fun and really excellent to do.
You will be. I can see you there.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And also I can see you coaching a lot of famous people that is going to come for you. Older than you. Coaching.
Thank you. Fingers crossed, we'll see.
And let me share one thing, one very amazing, how I say, beautiful, sparkling, mega hyper, I don't have no more words like to add, like all the great words. I'm gonna share an experience that I had about you, Vanessa, because 2 weeks ago, I went to Amazon because we've been on lockdown, and for some reason, I normally go, I said, okay, I've watched everything I can, all the movies on Netflix. I do have Netflix and Amazon. And for some reason, I just found you on Amazon. And I put on my list, click, and I added it to my list. And last week, when I was on my LinkedIn talking with other people, networking, and this message just came into my LinkedIn about yourself. And I just clicked there, and I was like, wow, what is this? What is this girl? I want to meet this girl. One day I should invite her to come to my podcast. And on that day, this was in the afternoon. On the evening, when I switch off all the networks and social media, because I like to switch off and have my time as well, I went to my Amazon, and I decided to go to see, okay, what I'm gonna watch. And guess what? I found you there. I said, this is the universe, because I said
it was meant to be. It was meant to be.
When I saw you on Amazon, I thought like, no, Yola, maybe you're asking too much. But then you just came up in my life like, wow. And I'm like, I'm so grateful. I'm so great to be able to listen, because from your podcast session with me, you're not just going to inspire other people, you inspire me. I'm 43 years old. I'm almost coming in 16 days, I will be 44. And I'm so empowered by you, girl. It's just
thank you. Thank you so much. That means so much to me. Thank you.
And I'm seeing yourself. I will see you, like you said, doing coaching, doing all the things you wish for, they will happen. You just keep yourself persistent and consistency. Don't give up for your dreams. Never. This is amazing. I like it. You're welcome, Vanessa. And my last question now, because I need to leave you, otherwise I will stay here all day talking to you. How can people connect with you and find more about your work?
So you can find me on all social media platforms. My YouTube channel is Inspiring Vanessa. We're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2020, by the end of this year. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go and do so, and share my channel to your friends and family, that we can kind of grow the community of inspirators that I have on there. My Instagram is @InspiringVanessa as well. LinkedIn is Inspiring Vanessa. Twitter is InspiringV10. TikTok is just Inspiring V, and then you can also get all my other details about my podcast and my talk show on my website, which is www.inspiringvanessa.com.
Oh my God. I don't know how to do all these links, but amazing. All this information.
Everything is on the website, so it's easy to find it all on there. Yeah.
And also will be on the description of your podcast. When it comes live, all the information will be there, and everyone, my listeners, can go and click, find you everywhere, like I did. And everything will be there, so they can get to know you better. And also about your program, this is going to be as well on your website, correct? The program that you do 12 weeks. Yes?
The program isn't on my website, so you can't sign up for it on the website. But if you do message me on Instagram, because I always do check my messages. So if you message us, if you just leave a message on Instagram, or you email us, because you can email people on Instagram as well. Just drop us an email and we'll be sure to get back to you.
Okay, so for anyone that wants to get involved on your 12-week program, needs to get in touch through Instagram, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. Fantastic. This is it, Vanessa, Inspiring Vanessa. Thank you so much for this amazing session with me. I'm so grateful. And
thank you so much for inviting me onto the podcast. It was lovely speaking to you as well. And hopefully after this is all over, after this pandemic is finished, we can finally meet.
Yes, yes. We are both in London, and I will be following and trying to find when you got any event, I will be there. I'll say, hey, it's me, yo. Okay.
I'll definitely remember you. I'll definitely remember you.
You will. I will, and you will. Okay. Take care, and God bless you, and all the best. Never give up from your dreams. I love your energy. Your energy is just...
Thank you so much. And thank you so much to everyone who's listening to this interview.
Fantastic. Take care, Vanessa. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.